Somewhere out on the Nebraska plains is an airport so quiet only 3 people a day use it. Served by a tiny airline to the middle of nowhere, this place feels less like modern America and more like stepping back into the 1950s. So naturally, I booked a ticket to find out what's there. Welcome to Denver in Colorado, a place where many a great adventure begins, and today is no exception because we've got a brand new least used airport to go and explore. So we're flying on Denver Air Connection today, an airline that have featured in several of these least used airport videos before because they serve a lot of these remote destinations and they go from the furthest gates here at Denver. So, least used airports is where I try and find the airport with the very lowest number of passengers. We're heading north to a place famous for such visionaries as Buffalo Bill and Jojo Siwa.
I'ma come back like a boomerang.
We're off to the great state of Nebraska. So we're off today to a place called Chadron. It's a little tiny airport right up in the north of Nebraska. Doesn't see many passengers at all, hence it being the least used airport. One thing I am looking forward to though is the fact that it hopefully, fingers crossed, will be on one of my favourite planes, a Fairchild Metroliner.
We would like to encourage you to use the facilities at this time, such as the restroom and our water fountain, as there are no such amenities on board your aircraft.
Check in, thank you. Enjoy your flight.
Sitting outside in the rain was this 30-year-old Fairchild Metroliner. Coincidentally, it's also the first Metroliner I ever flew on 6 years ago to Alliance, Nebraska. Once on board, there's miles of legroom and more than spacious enough for the 5 of us riding north today. Chadron's a little over 200 miles north of Denver in northern Nebraska. Flight time today was 51 minutes, cruising at 21,000 feet. This plane is so flipping cool. Absolutely love a Metroliner. You know, 6 years ago now in 2020, I came to Nebraska to film my very first ever least used airport video, and that was on one of these. And at the time, I didn't think these would be long left for this world. But here we are over half a decade later, and they're still flying all over the Midwest, connecting these tiny towns and communities with Denver. And I have resolved to fly on as many of these as I can while they're still going. So the place we're heading to today then is called Chadron, and it's a tiny town just south of the border with South Dakota, way up in the north of Nebraska. It's served a few times a week by Denver Air Connection on the Metroliner, and in 2024, which is the last year we've got data for, served only 1,317 passengers, or roughly 3 people a day. This is the least used airport I've ever been to. My question is though, what is there? We need to go and have a look and explore this place and find out what's going on in the bright lights of Chadron. But I wouldn't have too long to wait to find out, because pretty soon we were descending through the murky clouds where there was, well, not a lot at all really. Just miles and miles of open plains, and in the middle of the nothingness, the tiny airport at Chadron. Welcome to the least used airport in America, Chadron, Nebraska. The weather here wasn't that much different to down in Denver, really miserable and rainy, and we had quite a lengthy taxi to the tiny terminal building. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. And yet that really is the airport terminal. Now, I've been to some tiny airports in my time, but this one has to be the smallest one that I've been to yet.
Thanks for flying with us.
Hi. Thank you. Inside, just a TSA checkpoint and a few chairs, but I'll be exploring it more later on the way out. For now though, it's time to get into town. Welcome to Chadron Airport in Nebraska, the least used airport in the whole of the mainland US. We're a little bit remote. There's not really much out here. There's my ride into town. I better go and get on board before they leave because it's quite a way. The only way into town here is to book the local handy bus, which operates as a dial-a ride scheme. It's $15 each way and only runs during the day.
Yes, thank you. Cool. Hopefully. Thanks. I'm Noel. Nice to meet you. Hi, Brendan. How are you?
Howdy, how you doing, man?
Good, thank you.
There's no car rentals here, no taxis and certainly no Ubers, so the only other option here was to take a 4-mile walk. But with the weather today, I was certainly glad I called ahead and booked the bus.
I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Okay, probably will.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks a lot. See ya.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
Check in, please.
What has you down this way for?
I'm a YouTube creator, so I've come to
Really?
see. Yeah, this is.
No way, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I
That
do
is
about
really
like airports and travel and stuff, and this airport here is the least used airport in the whole of America.
That's so cool.
So I thought
I've
I'd
never
come
seen anybody come down this way.
Oh,
for
really?
that.
Yeah, that's probably
really
why.
cool.
Yeah.
That is really, no, that's really cool. I find that very interesting. I would do it if I could too.
Anybody can do it. I wouldn't have thought I'd be a full-time YouTuber at 40-something. So
And
it's,
you just do it. How where
just
you
do it.
where are you coming from?
Originally from the UK, but we live in Texas
That's
for
really
the last
cool.
3.5 years. So.
That's cool. Well, that makes it cool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have any issues, you know where to find us
Yeah,
at. We're always
amazing.
down here.
Thanks very much.
Good to meet you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Alrighty there, welcome to the Best Western in Chadron, Nebraska, and I can honestly say that this is one of the only places here that you can stay. It's not amazing, but you know, for a place like Chadron, it's pretty decent. Look at the size of this room. I've got my bed, got like a little couch and a living room area, a little kitchen with a coffee maker up there, and there's my view out over the bright lights of Chadron, Nebraska. We've got what have we got here? A truck with a trailer right just here. There's like farm equipment over the road. There's the plains of Nebraska out there. It's kind of like, it's like Nebraska. That's what it's like out here, but it's pretty cool. I'm going to drop my things and we're going to go and have a little wander around, I think, and see what is here in Chadron, because I've got a night here, so I want to explore it and see what there is. Lordy, my first impressions of Chadron, it is blooming cold, very windy, and very rainy as well. Oh, it was 100 degrees in Houston. It's like barely above freezing here, and they've actually forecast snow tonight. Can you believe it? We're in May, and they've forecasted snow. Other first impressions, it's not very pedestrian friendly. There's no sidewalks at all here. You've got to walk down the main road to get anywhere. So Chadron has a population of just over 5,000 people, which is pretty tiny as towns go. The nearest big city really outside of here is Rapid City, South Dakota, which is about 2 hours to the north of it. And that tells you kind of how isolated we are. I think of all of the least used airports that I've been to since I've been doing this series, Chadron has to be the most remote feeling place of everywhere. This town really does feel like it's a lot more cut off than any of the others that I've been to. Havre, Montana I went to, that was on the main line of the train. That didn't feel too bad. It was a little bit remote, but not massively so. Even Alliance, Nebraska felt pretty rural and remote at the time, but that's not too far from Scottsbluff. That's still an hour south of here. Here, there is literally nothing around, and the flight in is pretty much the only connection with the outside world that Chadron has. Chadron's not even on any major interstates or anything like that. It's just literally sat out here in the middle of Nebraska. And I guess that is when you see how essential these essential air service routes really are. See, if you want to go somewhere from Chadron, you can't really drive to another airport. You've got to go and fly down to Denver. The essential air service route from here really is essential. So this is the main street then here, and honestly, the whole town feels like you've gone back in time to like the 1950s or something. There's a cinema up there that looks like it would do 50 years ago. It's just, it's a lovely little town, but it really is like a throwback in time. It is literally, this is it, this is the main street. There's just a few shops and things, a couple of bars and a cinema, and that's pretty much it. The whole of downtown Chadron, Nebraska. But it's a town of 5,000 people, so this does everything that they need, I guess. Look at this place over here, look. It looks like that's the old newspaper place where they printed the Chadron Chronicle. But again, it's like the whole town has just sort of been frozen in time, like hundreds of years ago in some cases. It's just crazy. Such a lovely little throwback town though. Could I live up here? I don't know. It's a little bit rural for me. I like my Amazon Prime next day delivery. I think it's a little bit too cut off here. Although it would be cool having to take a metro line every time I went on a flight somewhere. That would be pretty cool, but yeah. This is Chadron State College. Apparently it's home to the town's biggest claim to fame, and that is that the current governor of Minnesota once went to college here. Yeah. You know, it's kind of funny really. I'm standing here in one of the smallest, most isolated towns in America, in the middle of Nebraska, and yet travel constantly reminds me just how connected the world actually is. One week I'm in rural America like this, the next I'm in Kazakhstan, Japan, Brazil, or somewhere deep in Eastern Europe, trying to order food with terrible pronunciation and a lot of hand gestures. And that's actually why I started learning Russian again with Rosetta Stone. I've always loved travelling to places that feel completely different culturally, and while I'll never be able to learn every language that I travel to, I'd love to be able to have a conversation in at least some of them. What I really like about Rosetta Stone is that it feels much more immersive than traditional language learning. Instead of just memorising endless vocabulary lists, you're learning through pictures, conversations and context, which honestly feels way more natural to me. One feature I've been using a lot is the True Accent pronunciation tool because, well, let's just face it, Russian pronunciation isn't exactly forgiving.
Врач работает в больнице.
Врач работает в больнице.
It actually compares your pronunciation against native speakers and gives instant feedback, which is really useful when you try not to accidentally ask for 12 goats instead of a cup of coffee. I also love that the lessons are short enough that you can genuinely fit them in anywhere. Airports, hotel rooms, flights, sitting in random tiny towns in Nebraska waiting for the next plane. It's easy to just pick it up for 5 or 10 minutes. Because it works on both the app and desktop, I've basically been using it everywhere while I've been travelling. Now, if you'd like to start learning a language yourself, Rosetta Stone's offering over 60% off their lifetime subscription, which gives access to all 25 languages for life. One payment, lifetime access. You can check it out using the link in the description to start your own language journey. Ready to made it back to my room, back to the Best Western. Got one night here tonight, and then tomorrow we go and check out the airport once again and see how many passengers are going to be on board for the flight down. I don't think I need to be there long tomorrow before the flight, because from seeing it today, it's like just checking in someone's living room. But we'll get there nice and early tomorrow and go and check out the airport. But in the meantime, I'll have to get some rest, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning from Chadron in Nebraska. Time to head back to Denver. Now, my plane, I think, is about to set off from Denver, all being well to come up here. And the handy bus, the local town transport, which is actually the only way you can get around here, is on its way to pick me up very, very soon. The plane leaves in an hour and the bus leaves, well, soon, hopefully. This is the thing, the airport is so small you can literally rock up like 20 minutes before the flight. It's like flying private, but we need to go and get to the airport from a little flight back on Metro Liner number 2 back to Denver. Let's go. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. Thanks very much. The weather this morning was much nicer than the day before, and with me safely on board the bus, we took the 10-minute drive out of town towards the airport. town was originally located 6 miles away from its current location, but like many towns in America was packed up, buildings included, and moved when the railroad was built. These days the only trains passing through are freight trains on the line from Omaha to Wyoming.
Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too. See ya.
See you now.
Well, welcome back to Chadron Municipal Airport, home of its 2 flights a day down to Denver. We're on the second one today in the afternoon, and it's a beautiful day for flying today. Not much air. I think there might only be a couple of us on the plane, which is about right, but we'll see. Let's go and get checked in for our little ride on today's Metroliner. Chadron Airport isn't exactly JFK. Inside there's a few chairs with most of the space taken up by the TSA equipment. It does have a Keurig machine to get a cup of coffee though, which is a pretty nice touch.
I guess I'm a bit early yet. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Have you flown a Metro before?
Yeah, many times.
Down to Alliance?
Yeah,
Did a video?
yeah.
You walked in, I was in the video and I was like, I know, I've seen him before.
Yeah, I was in Alliance.
Yep,
And I was in, I've been
watched
everywhere
the
on you guys. I've been Alliance, I've done all across the Dakotas and stuff, so yeah.
Well, welcome here. Feel free,
Thank
right?
you.
Just need your ID.
Of course.
Are you wanting to keep that with you? Alright, there you go. Help yourself to the
Amazing.
Keurig. TSA will
Amazing.
be ready for you about 30 minutes before the flight departs.
Alright, thank you.
After a while things started happening out on the ramp and my ride arrived to take me back to Denver. Once again it was a Metroliner, this time a 1993 model that I flew a couple of years ago to Cortez, Colorado.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
All right. Have your boarding passes ready? Here we are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks very much. Hey, how you doing?
Sir, how's it going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Nice to boarding pass.
Yeah, of course.
Let's get it.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Hey, how you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Oh, good, thanks. How are you?
Tom, system test okay.
And so it was time to say goodbye to Chadron. Once again a tiny town in the middle of nowhere that I'd spent less than 24 hours in, but somehow managed to fall in love with. That keeps happening. As the town disappeared behind me, the plains of Nebraska opened up ahead. Small towns like Chadron really are the backbone of America. Real people, real history, real stories, built by pioneers and visionaries, kept alive by perseverance and optimism, the American spirit personified. You know, I have had the absolute best couple of days up in Chadron, Nebraska. What an amazing town. Like all of these little towns up here, Havre, Montana, Alliance, Nebraska, all of these tiny towns that I go and visit on these least used airport trips, I fall in love with every single one of them. I just love that you get all the way out there into the middle of absolutely nowhere, meet the most incredible people in the most amazing part of the world, and it's all connected with these guys on the little planes, the little Metroliners, still going all these years later. Unbelievable. And I honestly believe if I come back, if I'm still doing these things in 10 years from now, I bet you I will come back and find these communities still being connected with the Metroliner. They just keep going on and on forever. And that's kind of like Chadron, really, stuck in time, but somehow it still works, still keeps going. As we started our approach into Denver, I was reminded why I love visiting these places so much. Yes, there's no high-speed internet, yes, there's no Amazon Prime, but what there is something far more important. A sense of community and a life just like it used to be. And maybe that's the point. As we taxied in at Denver, I arrived firmly back in the present day. The hustle and bustle of one of America's busiest airports, a stark contrast to the world I'd left behind up in Nebraska. But also a reminder that even in today's hectic world, life in the middle of nowhere still goes on, just like it did before. A life that, thanks to the Metroliner, is still only an hour away.
Amazing, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. Take care, sir.
Fantastic meeting you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Thank you, see you.
It is free of charge to shop for the larger overhead.
Welcome back to Denver. Feels like a metropolis after being up there in Chadron. Anyway, that was Chadron, Nebraska. Amazing little town, amazing flight. And one more flight ticked off on the super cool Metroliner. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.